Many believe that love, romance, or even desire ends after a certain age, especially for women. But the truth, it doesn't. It simply changes its shape. For many women over 70, the longing for connection doesn't fade, it becomes more honest, more urgent, and often more beautiful. Today, we're going to share 5 powerful confessions from women over 70 who still seek men not just for company, but for excitement, intimacy, and real human connection. These aren't fairy tales, these are real emotions, told with dignity and truth. So if you've ever wondered why a woman well into her 70s might still open her heart, listen closely. When I still want to be seen as a woman, not just a grandmother. The first confession is simple but powerful. I've spent my life being a wife, a mother, a grandmother. And I'm proud of that, but inside me, I'm still a woman. I still want to be admired, desired, not just hugged. Hell, after 70, many women say the world stops seeing them. They become invisible in grocery stores, ignored at events, and reduced to stereotypes of fragility or wisdom. But inside, they still feel alive. They still crave attention, not out of vanity, but because it reminds them they exist. Some women over 70 still wear perfume. Not for others, but to remind themselves that they still matter, that their sensuality didn't die with their youth. A man's compliment, a kind gaze, a shared laugh, it reignites a flame. It reminds her, I'm still here, and I'm still worthy of being loved as a woman. This is not about sex, it's about recognition, excitement, aliveness. I don't want to die without feeling that spark again. I've lived a good life. But something's missing. I don't want to leave this world without falling in love again just once more. This confession is hauntingly honest. It comes from a widow, now 74, who buried her husband 18 years ago. She said, I survived the grief. I raised my children, I grew stronger, but I never fell in love again. And that aches. For many women over 70, life begins to feel like a gentle wait for time to pass. But deep inside, the desire for thrill, romance, even butterflies hasn't gone away. It's not about finding a lifelong partner anymore. It's about experiencing that rush, that spark, that feeling that someone sees you, desires you, enjoys your company not because they have to, but because they choose to. Women of this age don't chase fairy tales. They know love isn't perfect. But they still believe that even one unexpected connection can bring meaning to their final chapters. 3. I want someone to share my lonely evenings with. Loneliness is a slow, silent ache. The hardest part of aging isn't the wrinkles or the medications. It's the silence after dinner, the empty bed, the long winters with no one to talk to. Many women over 70 say they crave companionship more than romance. They want a man to sit with, to talk about politics, the past, the old movies they both remember. To feel the comfort of presence without needing to fill the air with conversation. They miss laughter echoing in the kitchen. They miss the way someone's hand brushes against theirs while reaching for the remote. They miss being a part of someone's daily life. And so, yes, they seek men not to fill a void, but to honor their remaining years with shared warmth. It's not about starting over, it's about not ending alone. For I want to feel young again, even just for a day. When a man flirts with me, I feel like I'm 25 again. And for a moment, I forget the arthritis, the doctor visits, the loneliness. I just feel alive. This confession is full of vulnerability and truth. Many women over 70 say that spending time with men reminds them of their youth, not just physically, but emotionally. They remember first kisses behind school buildings, long walks in the park, holding hands under the stars. Even a simple compliment, a conversation over coffee, or a shared joke can restore that feeling. They don't want a man to complete them. They want to feel like their soul is still dancing, even if their knees no longer do. One woman said, when a man calls me beautiful, I know I'm wrinkled and gray. But I also know he sees me, and that is worth more than diamonds. 5. Because I still believe in love even if it looks different now. Love at 70 isn't like love at 20, but it's still love. And I still want it, I still hope for it. This final confession is deeply poetic. Many women over 70 aren't looking for grand romance or passion. They're looking for trust, laughter, peace. They still want to love and be loved, but they no longer need to be rescued. They've rescued themselves enough times already. They want someone to share wisdom with, someone to watch the birds with, someone to lean on not because they're weak, but because they deserve softness too. Love, after 70, becomes less about fire and more about warmth. And yes, many women still hope to find it. Because love has no age, hope has no expiry date. And hearts, even after 70, still whisper, maybe, just maybe, there's still someone out there for me. 6. I want to feel beautiful again. Through his eyes at 70 and beyond, many women no longer receive compliments or the gentle affirmations that once filled their younger years. Children have grown, careers have ended, and even mirrors sometimes reflect more age than elegance. Yet within, the longing to feel beautiful still burns. Not in a superficial way, but in a human, tender way. One woman shared, "I don't want to turn heads, I just want to see admiration in someone's eyes again." That feeling of being seen, appreciated, and cherished is something that never fades with age. A caring partner can restore a woman's sense of grace, dignity, and femininity. It's not vanity, it's validation of a soul that still wants to shine. Even a small gesture like being called lovely over coffee or being held during a slow dance can reawaken that sense of beauty buried beneath decades of routine and loss. These moments become rare jewels in the golden years. 7. I miss being touched, not just emotionally, but physically. After 70, many women experience long stretches without physical touch. Not just intimacy, but hugs, holding hands, a warm shoulder rub, simple gestures of closeness. This absence of touch can lead to feelings of isolation and even depression. One senior woman shared, "I miss having someone to sit next to lean on, to share warmth with in silence." Physical connection is deeply human, and when it fades, the heart aches in silence. A caring relationship, even a platonic one with moments of closeness, can reignite life's spark. For many, it's not about sex, it's about warmth, affection, and the healing power of physical closeness. The desire for connection through touch doesn't disappear with age, it simply grows quieter, waiting for someone to hear it again. 8. I still believe in love, even after all the pain. Some women in their 70s carry a lifetime of heartbreak, divorce, death of a spouse, or years of emotional neglect. And yet, astonishingly, they still believe in love. Not the fairy tale, but the quiet companionship, the shared laughter, the comfort of knowing someone has your back. One woman said, "I'm not looking for fireworks. I'm looking for a soft place to land." That's the kind of love many seniors long for, kind, patient, understanding. After surviving life storms, they don't want to be alone in the calm. They want someone to sit beside, to talk about nothing, to watch the world go by with gentle ease. This deep desire for love doesn't come from neediness, it comes from wisdom. From knowing that the best kind of love is the one that stays, listens, and holds your hand when words fall short. His confessions aren't just stories, they're reminders that aging doesn't erase desire. Women over 70 are still filled with life, memories, hunger, grief, and courage. They are still open to connection, not out of desperation, but because they know what it means. So if you are a woman in your 70s, and you still seek that spark, you're not alone, you're not foolish. You're human, and if you're lucky enough to meet someone like her, don't dismiss her warmth. Cherish it, because she has loved deeply, lost deeply, and still chooses to love again. And that is the bravest thing of all.